Have you ever tried bullet journaling? Are you about to start a bullet journal? I want to share with you what bullet journaling has taught me. How's it going, reinventors? I'm going to show you what bullet journaling has taught me and whether keeping a list of things to do is helpful for my own reinventing journey. I hope to motivate you to find new ways for scheduling and planning for your reinventioning journey. My name is Amelia Sims. I've been retired for a little over a year now, and I chose to retire from the ministry in order to reinvent myself. I post twice a week, and you can keep up by clicking on the subscribe button. Don't forget to also click on the notification bell so you will know when I've posted a new video. So what is bullet journaling anyway? Bullet journaling was created by writer Carol, and you can follow him. I have a link below, bulletjournal.com. You can find out more. But he created it for his own use. He was trying to keep his schedule straight. I think he was at Harvard or Princeton. I can't remember now. But he's in an Ivy League school, so he's trying to get his schedule straight, and he found a way to do it. And he found it so effective that he wanted to share it with others. So now he has his own company. Bullet journaling is all about taking a notebook, and it can be any notebook that you have around. It has lines, not lines. You can color it. You can do all kinds of fancy things. I think you could do it electronically, although really the way the system works, I think it's better if written because you're journaling. You divide your journal up to months and you work it 3 months at a time. And the way that he suggests is you have everything's indexed so you can follow, you have a contents and you can figure out what pages everything's on, and you figure out your goals for each month, and then you divide month by the days and you figure out what do you need to accomplish each day, or maybe it's a special occasion, and then you also have more goals or more specific goals for that month, and then you get each day, and each day you come up with a bullet list of things to do or to get accomplished in that day. And when you accomplish something or don't accomplish something, there's a way that you can mark each item so that you know what's the next thing to do on it. In other words, you have for something that you're moving to another day, you have a greater than sign, and I have that right on the screen so you remember what a greater than sign is. If you've completed it, then you mark a line through your bullet point, not through the item, so you can still read it. And there's some other things you can do and other tasks and marks. And of course, that's his way of marking everything. You can decide on a new way of how you want to mark things. It's sort of a to-do list, but it's also a calendaring list. So you're working with two things at once. That was the way he did it. Now he's probably got more specifics. So like I said, you can go to bulletjournal.com and get more information about particulars to creating your own bullet journal. Now you can buy his bullet journal or you can make your own. Now I decided to start bullet journaling because I was struggling with keeping my schedule and keeping my goals and being focused. And so one of my subscribers suggested bullet journaling, so I looked it up and I decided to use it. You can see a video I did here around Christmas time where I talk about using the bullet journaling process. So this is my bullet journal, and I had another journal at one time, so this one I've used since March. This is now July. I liked this bullet journal for one thing. It's fair trade and recycled paper. It's a big thing for me. One thing that I really liked about it was, as a bullet journal, I could, create my own. I didn't have to follow writer Carol's way of doing things. And so I liked having my own. I thought about getting his journal, but I just said, no, I'm going to create my own. This appealed to me because I am always making to-do lists. Every day I sit down and make a to-do list, and this kept my to-do list in one place. I wasn't using all the scrap pieces of paper that I could find around the house. It was one place, and I liked the idea if I don't finish something, then I got the greater than sign, I can move it to another day or another time. And so I still felt like I accomplished something. Plus, when my family asked me, what have you done today? Ooh, look, this is what I accomplished today. And I could, sit down and say, okay, these are the things that I actually did. Another way that bullet journaling has been helpful for me was that I am trying to do some things every day, and one of them is to weigh myself every time I get up in the morning. And that's a way to keep up with things like that. You can take your monthly list, and each day that you do accomplish something, you can put a dot or a star or something, and then you'll be able to look back and say, okay, how well did I do this week on accomplishing that particular task? So what have I learned about bullet journaling and myself? I am a complete failure. Bullet journaling is not for me. And I'm going to show you why. I'm not saying don't use it. Some of you have been extremely successful with it. But here's my problem. Today is July the 10th? Yeah. The last time I used the bullet journal, well, let's see. The last day I used it was June 26th, and I didn't check anything off. I made a list, but that was it. And July, I didn't make a list of tasks to complete because I knew my family was going to be out of town and I needed to kind of get that written down in my head, but it was just a list. I haven't done anything with it. That's it. I have all these pages left in this journal and it's not helpful for me. It, for me, is like a complicated to-do list. And I tried this for 9 months. It's not like I just said, okay, sure, maybe I could purchase Ryder Carroll's actual bullet journal and follow it to the letter. But at this point, it's just not working for me. I've seen some people on YouTube, they have got, oh my gosh, they're coloring in pages and they have color codes and they are just going to town. It is not helpful for me. I will still do bullet list. I will still bullet list things that I need to accomplish, and that's what I'll probably use it as sort of a fancy to-do list and use that greater than sign to move things to a new day. But I am trying something new, and I'm going to have a video on that coming up that I think is going to be more helpful for me in terms of the way I think and work. What bullet journaling became for me was simply a fancy to-do list, and that has just not been helpful because it's not the to-do list that I need help with. It's getting things done in a timely manner and sticking to a schedule. Bullet journaling does not help me do those things. Okay, if you have been successful in bullet journaling, please in the comments below put bullet or bullet journaling or I've been a success. I love it. It helps me do X, Y, or Z. I know at least one subscriber is going to be putting that in there. If it's helpful for you, that's awesome. I am behind you 100%. But it hasn't been helpful for me. If this video has been helpful for you, please give me a thumbs up. I want to know. And if you haven't subscribed, please do so today. You can check out these 2 videos and see if they would be helpful for you. Have a great one.